Manchester United goalkeeping mystery. It's all going on and we'll sort it out right here. Well, what a day. I was in Cheshire Oaks having a look around, shopping around, and all of a sudden my phone goes off. Manchester United, Fabrizio Romano, in talks with Emiliano Martinez. Lammens, Martinez. The thing we're looking at here is straight away, we have had issues. The last 4 games, issues with goalkeepers. And for Manchester United now, with, 24 hours to go, just over 24 hours to go out there and try and finally sort this, better late than never is a bit understated, overstated, I don't know, whichever. I'm on cloud 9. Now, we know that Manchester United, again yesterday, with Bayindir in goal, cannot go on this season with the 2 goalkeepers we've got. We already know that Ruben Amorim has lost faith in both of the goalkeepers. A lot of you have told me, hang on a second, Dan, look at the season we're having. Is it as cut and dry that it is all Amorim's fault? Well, yes and no. The goalkeeping situation had to change, and it does have to change. Now, we have seen reports today, and if you've checked the news already, Emiliano Martinez is out of the Villa squad. Now, let me take you through the timeline. So midday, the news drops. Martinez, personal terms, not a problem. Manchester United already sorted. Just need to sort the fee out. Then it was Aston Villa going in for Lammens, and I thought, you know something? That seems like it's the perfect little segue into doing it. Then it turns out that Manchester United are back in for Lammens. So there's 2 things here, 2 things that I want to go through. The first thing is, are Manchester United thinking of cutting dry on both goalkeepers and trying to get the both in? Or are we looking at Martinez as an understudy to Lammens? Now, I'm going to tell you from my perspective why I think that's the wrong way to go about it. I think it's the wrong way to go about it. I don't think it's logical. Lammens, whatever you want to say, is a goalkeeper we need for the future, 100%. And in about 3 or 4 years' time, he will be the goalkeeper, I believe, that will go out there and do great things. This kid's stats for his age are incredible. He's a big boy, and he is not shy. Martinez, for me, is for what we do now. We have to get a goalkeeper in who is adept in the Premier League and who can come in, hit the ground running, and essentially bring the respect that he has with him. Martinez might not be everybody's choice, but one thing I'll say about Martinez, he is a leader. This guy is a leader. Now, I know people will say, well, last season he wasn't exactly great. I'm not here for that. I'm here for what this guy has achieved, and I'm here for what this guy can bring to the team. That football club at the moment, Manchester United, the players involved, the defence, whenever the ball is heading towards goal, you can see that they look terrified. They look like they haven't got any confidence in what is behind them. So for me, Manchester United have to go out and sort that out as straight away. There's 2 sides with Lammens. Lammens is quality. We know his ceiling is so high. Would you feel comfortable, though, with Lammens starting against Man City at the Etihad for Manchester United? Or would you rather Martinez, who this guy, as I say, he believes himself, he backs himself so much, and he backs it up with stats. I know who I'm choosing every day of the week. Every day of the week. Now, before we go on to it, I do want to give a little shout out. I've got to give a shout out to Man City, to Newcastle, and to Forest. Manchester United, considering how bad we've been and how much rival fans love to talk about how poor a club we are, how bad we are above all 3 of them in the table. Above all 3 of them. And look, you've got a few different excuses that you'll get from some of them. You know, Newcastle, well, we haven't got a striker. Yeah, lads, it's the end of August. Should have got your business done a long time ago. You'll hear it from Forest. Oh, wow, you know, we were damned if we do, damned if we don't against West Ham. Not our problem, lads. Oh, well, Nuno's not getting on with the chairman. Not our problem, lads. I look at the table. Do I think Amorim's job safe? No chance. But what I am going to say is Manchester United, at the end of this weekend, by hook or by crook, seem to find ourselves above all 3. Now, will that be the end of the season? Will we see it like that at the end of the season? I don't think so at all. I think Man City obviously will get better. Forest, well, Forest is a merry-go-round at the moment, and Newcastle wants to get a striker in. This striker has to perform, by the way. It's going to be interesting, but I've obviously listened to a lot of rival fans. We had an LB that comes straight into the chat after the Arsenal game and said, "Your club are effing shite." Yeah, we are, mate, but we're above you in the table. I can't wait for the City game now. Regardless of how poor we are, I cannot wait for the City game. Let me go through some of the comments, then we'll go right into the news. Bill Ashby says, well, Martinez is not starting for Villa tonight, mate. It could be very well be him. Honestly, I said to you all when the Anthony news broke, and I've got news on that as well, that I wouldn't be surprised if it was me, if Manchester United had the balls to do it, just go out there and spend the money on a proper, a well played, a person who's not shy. Just get the keeper, get Martinez. That's what I said, and look what happened. We seem to be going there. If I keep getting things like this right, people are going to start thinking I'm in the know. I'm definitely not. Angel says I prefer Martinez. He's a character. You speak of my language there. Neil says, "Wah." All right, okay. I'll come down to those comments, Neil. I didn't see the other ones. What have we got here? Sorry, I'm going the wrong way here. Kev, evening, mate. Good to see you. And guys, make sure you're subscribing to Kev. I'll try and put it in the chat in a second. Shivam says Martinez not in the lineup, not even on the subs. Shivam, for once, that's something we can agree on, brother. It's looking positive. It's going to be a whirlwind 24 hours for Manchester United. We are going to go out there, and I think there's going to be a few business bits done. Wah, ha, 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 says, good day, Dan, and chat. Yes, good day to you, my friend. And look who's here. One of the OGs, one of the main OGs, Moxie Shun, says, even everyone, please remember to like and subscribe, and make sure you do. Hit that button. Subra says, hi, Dan, if we can't pull Le Mans deal by today, we will definitely go with Emi Martinez and go for Le Mans in January. My gut feeling. I say, why not just go for fucking both? Shivam says, I like Martinez, 33-year-old, and has at least 5 years at the top in him. And he does. Goalkeepers, as we know, goalkeepers tend to hit their peak later on in their careers. Now, this guy's won the World Cup with Argentina. This guy isn't a number two. This guy comes with respect. So I am 100% throwing everything behind this. We have to go and get Martinez. Le Mans is what we need, just not right now. Just not right now. If there is a world where we can go and get both of them and ship Bayindir off and ship Onana off, which there is news apparently that Manchester United now are actively trying to get Onana out the club on loan, be it, then do it. Go and do it. Absolutely. Arsenal were negative today. Yeah, they were terrible today, Arsenal. Football club definitely need two good goalkeepers, says Subra, and they're not going to win the league playing like this. I agree. The Martinez signing has been fast-tracked after yesterday's game. I believe this is the right move as he is ready to go now. We can't worry about future selling prices. Get it done. And Moxie, that is exactly what we need to do. Manchester United yesterday, look, let's call it for what it was. And I do want to go through yesterday's game. I did have a chance to watch it back again. I wish I hadn't because it's still giving me palpitations. But the overriding problem that Manchester United have had this season, yes, I still don't think the formation works, but the overriding problem is a goalkeeper. And yesterday we saw it again. Bayindir, the ball comes in, it bounces off him, hits his knee, and it goes straight to a Burnley lad. Manchester United, I genuinely think yesterday it was the end of their tether. I think you saw Barada in the crowd, you saw Wilcox in the crowd, and I reckon they sat there, looked at each other and went, get on the phone. Get on the phone now and get that goalkeeper sorted. Had to be done. Steve-O says, I suppose it's Premier League proven versus potential talent. Take your pick. Why not go for both? Honest question, chat. Why not go for both? If I'm Man United, I would go for both of them. I would absolutely send Bayindir away now. Yeah, he loves his little social media posts before the game. Bless him, his Instagram. Tough shit. Time has come and gone now for these two goalkeepers have had enough chances at Manchester United. These two goalkeepers will be the undoing of Manchester United. So let's just go out there and do the right thing and bring these two lads in. I think we can do it. Are we doing Sancho Martinez swap? It's going to be fun. Well, Shivam, honestly, Shivam, you and I today were bouncing off each other. There is reports that Manchester United have potentially offered Sancho as part of the deal. Now, Does Sancho go to Aston Villa? Are Aston Villa willing to pay the wages that Sancho would want? I don't think they'd want to pay the wages. But look, they took Rashford. Is it above the realms of possibility that Sancho goes there? This is going to unfold tonight. I've already told Mrs. Robinson, by the way, that I am going to probably be going on stream like that. I will have to drop everything at some points and go on stream because I think tonight it's going to ramp up. I think tonight it'll ramp up. It's crazy. It's absolute, and we haven't even talked about a midfielder yet. Mustafa, good to see you, mate. He says, LB Wolf, you always talk about United, but we are above exactly that. Subra says, I would bloody love a badass at the back. That's Emiliano Martinez. Always hated him as a guy, but he's a fantastic keeper. Might hit a prime with us. I can honestly sit here with Subra's comment there and say, every time I watch Martinez, I have wanted to jump through the TV and hit him because he's just got that bit about him. And do you know something? Manchester United, you could say Bruno gets under the skin of players, but we haven't had someone like that for so long who just doesn't give a monkey's nut. Doesn't give a monkey's nut about what's happening. He will get under the skin of players. And like I've said, I said this at the start of July, we need someone that will come in and be respected by the players. Martinez walks into that changing room and says, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Let's get this done now. Martinez is a player that would absolutely stand up to Fernandes and say, wind your neck in. You go over potential or you go over personality and current bloody proven experience. Martinez does it all day long. Jamie says Martinez to United would be amazing for us. I agree. Been reflecting on the first 3 games today, and the overreaction to Amorim and United is way too much. We should have got a result against Arsenal, Fulham, and so. Burnley, we should have buried them by half-time. Yeah, I mean, look, we'll go on to the game later on. Because there's some things that I've reflected on too. The only reason for signing Martinez is so that Ineos can placate fans on not signing a central midfielder. We have seen this script multiple times. It's crazy we're in for a centre mid. I think we will be, though, Shivam. I think that will happen as quick as this news with Martinez, but I want to talk about that in a bit. And here he is. We knew it was coming. Shane, I bet you're not well at the moment, mate. I bet you're not well at the moment. Big up to you. I enjoyed this Arteta performance a lot. Speaking of a lot, I'm actually jealous of United for once. At least you play football, says Shane. Jesus Christ. It wasn't good today. The Arsenal game wasn't good today. If you're an Arsenal fan, you got to be hurting. Wahaha says, and this is true, guys. Remember, like and sub if you're enjoying the content. Helps Dan and the channel out a lot. A lot. There is so much happening today, guys, I tell you. Steve-O says, watch the video of you during the game, Dan. Bayindir's blunder and scoring a penalty, such lows and highs. There were so many yesterday. We will go through the game. And, bruh, what did I say to you? Honestly, I might find that video in a bit and clip it. I sat here when the Anthony news come out and I said, United have the chance here, instead of going for potential, to go out there and get themselves Premiership proven. And this is what we look like we're doing. The fact that Martinez isn't even in the squad for Villa says it all. And the Villa fans have already started turning on him, by the way. Oh, Twitter's full of it. Good riddance, get out, bloody, blah, 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 blah. Only Manchester United can make you feel like this within 24 hours. Moxie says, and before you all come for me, yes, we shouldn't have lost to Grimsby, and that is true. We definitely need to improve, but it's not as bad as you think. Tie up 2 to 3 transfers, come back after the international break. Yeah. Baba Flassie says, can we make Mainu our belabor? Look, Mainu yesterday come on at half time, and I thought he did all right, actually. If you look back at how he was, he broke up a lot of play. I thought his passing was okay. I still think he's playing like he's got something on his mind, but I don't see this kid moving. I just don't, especially with the Cunha injury. I think now we can happily sit here and say Mainu stays, but I've been wrong before. But I just feel confident. I feel confident he stays. We definitely need both of these keepers, though. Kev, I agree. Dan, they wouldn't even mild down Martinez. Mild down? What do you mean mild down? I don't know what you mean by that, Flossie. Please re-comment. Dan, would buy both, get rid of other clowns? I think so too. Look, Manchester United, as I said, they can do this. They can do both these deals. Martinez, what, 30 million, 35 million? Lammens, 15, 17 million. Well, that's 50. I would much rather spend 50 million on 2 keepers like that and try and bomb out the other 2. I really would. I really, really would. Arteta is genuinely a bum of a manager, only one playing style. Look, the chickens are going to come home to roost for him. 900 million that lad's spent. Dan, we can keep crying about keep crying that we had players out of position. Szoboszlai has been playing at right back and has been amazing. It's just the mindset and desire of United players. We will talk about that. Goat Father, good to see you. Good to see you. Where are you? Oh, you're down there in the table. It won't end like that, Goat Father, but let me enjoy it whilst I laugh. Dan, he came till the back. Yes, he did. Baba Flossie's right. Mainu yesterday was very good at bringing the ball out from the back, and I thought it was class yesterday. Anyways, I'm off, Dan. I'm fuming. Shane, take care. Take care, mate. I've been there. Mainu did have a decent game when he came on. Can definitely do a job for us in the midfield, and I agree with that. Isn't it interesting how when they push Bruno forward, I thought the midfield looked a bit better, to be honest. I meant our dressing room would be would silent. Yeah, Martinez would come in and absolutely shut shit down. He would shut that shit down. We need characters, and we need characters that don't take bullshit, and he is one of them. Now, before we go into the game, there has been news today about Antony, which, again, I wasn't worried. I really wasn't worried when all of the reports come out that Antony's deal was done in the water. I knew it wasn't. I just knew it wasn't. Betis apparently have said, "Oh, we've been out. We've had a look for other players. We can't find anyone that is going to be as impactful as he could be for us." So that deal will be done. It wouldn't surprise me if we get Here We Go tonight on that or in the morning. But Antony to Betis is back on. I think they wanted us to help pay the compensation to Antony. Compensation to Antony? Where's our compensation from him as a player? He's been absolutely abysmal for us. Ridiculous. But that's more money coming into the club as well. Who is it that's left of the bomb squad now? We know Malacia is on his way out to Altay. Jadon Sancho is, I don't know, just at home, probably sat watching TV. And then you've got obviously Antony. So Antony is the one that will be done next. If we can get the Sancho one with Martinez, that would be a dream come true. It actually would. I'm not bothered about getting money in for this slob. I just want him out the club. I really just want him out the club. Just Sancho to get out by deadline day now. Yeah, I agree. And Shivam says, how amazing will one Martinez be a goalkeeper and another at left side is centre-back? Exciting times ahead for United. Shivam, you're doing this to me tonight. Another thing that we need to remember about bringing Emi Martinez in the international side, he plays with Lisandro Martinez. What does that tell you? Already, we've got players that know how to play together. We've got players who have a respect together. And those two, by the way, we haven't seen Martinez much in this system. Those two command respect from the players. They command respect. And that is what Manchester United need to do now. We need to be utilising players who command respect. I saw the interview yesterday from Amorim, and I do want to go into that in a second. But he absolutely needs leaders on that pitch, because yesterday could have been a very, very different feeling. And it wasn't all positive. We scraped by against Burnley. We absolutely scraped by against Burnley, but we got the job done. I was sat there saying, Jesus Christ, we got to go to City next. But at the moment, the way City are playing, Manchester United, honestly, this league this season is going to be chaotic. Teams haven't hit the ground running. They haven't. Forest, what are they on? 4 points? 3 points? 4 points. I think it's 4 points, and they're below us on goal difference. Newcastle haven't hit the ground running. What are they on? 2 points? City, 3 points. This has been a really, really odd start to the season. Liverpool are doing what Liverpool I said we're going to do. They've beat Liverpool. They're gone now. Liverpool will go to the next level, especially if they get eased up. But I just genuinely think like that Manchester United this season, in a season of absolute turmoil for us, in a season where we need to be somewhere different, not 15th, not bloody 12th, not 10th. We need to capitalise on this group of teams around us not being able to get the job done. And like I've said, I'm not sat here saying City are going to finish below us this season. Absolutely not. It's Pep Guardiola, for Christ's sake. But let's capitalise while we can. I said 7 points from the first 5 games of the season. That was my prediction. United can absolutely do that. All it takes is a win. I mean, I say all it takes, but we absolutely can do it. So Manchester United now need to focus, get this international break out the way, and let's push and get ourselves ready for City, because I tell you, it's going to be an interesting few weeks for us. The other thing I want to say is how many of the news outlets come for Amorim? How many come for Amorim after the start of the season, after the start of our season, especially after the Grimsby game? Everybody come for Manchester United. Everybody come for the way that we're playing football. Everybody come for the mistakes that we've made. Everybody reminded us of the last season as well. Let's see if the same things are said about these rival clubs. Let's see if the same are said. Because questions need to be asked. You can't keep coming for my club every fucking 2 minutes. You can't keep coming for my club and saying that we are finished, we are done. Have a look at your own house. Absolutely have a look at your own house. Let's go through some more of these comments. As much as I went mad about Xerxes coming on yesterday and not Sesko, Xerxes looked really good. He did, Jamie, but I mean, like, Wahaha and myself have different opinions. I still don't see Xerxes as the front man to lead us. So many times we saw him yesterday. I don't know if Wahaha wants to agree or disagree. He was playing more as that 10. He was dropping down for that 10. Now, I know we brought Sesko on towards the end and that meant it pushed him back, but I think Xerxes absolutely should be used as a 10 because, you know, we've also got the fact that Højlund's in Napoli now. That's about to be done. So we are essentially now without another striker other than Sesko. We've seen that Amorim does like to play this rotating 3, and it could work. I mean, we started the first half was probably the best I've seen us play for such a long time, but it was Burnley. And we still couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dubravka made some absolute worldy saves. But this is what Manchester United lacked last season. Being able to, instead of going in 1-0 up and thinking, okay, let's try and hold the lead here, just go in and blowing teams away. There's so much there. Goatfather says, Onana, cat flaps hands is finally being replaced, I see. Absolutely is. Sancho, no, Malacia as well, and Anthony. You are the only content creator who agreed with me about Mainu. He can be nurtured for CDM number 6, saving us over 100 million. Baba Flossie, I have got no problem with Mainu taking that role, and I said this yesterday and the day before. If they are so content with playing Bruno in that role, which I think will change now with the Cunha injury, they can absolutely play Mainu next to him. Now, look, Casemiro first half and parts of the second half, he did okay, but it's Burnley. Against better sides, I fear for him. I do fear for him. But we've got so many things that Manchester United can sort out here. Hope it's not the same as last season and only one team run away with it. Do you know something, though? Goatfather, how do I say this? I'm not being disrespectful to you, bud. I don't care about a team running away with it because for me, Manchester United, that's all I'm focused on in the sense of us finishing. Yeah, I love the fact other teams around us have lost this weekend. And that was me biting back because I've had to deal with so many messages, so many bloody comments from rival fans. But ultimately, the end of the season, it's all about where Manchester United finish. So it's all about where we finish. Baba Flossie says, Scott Parker said before the game, Man United will be like a wounded animal. Now I'm saying Man City will be like a wounded animal. Damn, we've got to watch out in weeks' time. And would you have not have said that after the Spurs game, though, Baba Flossie? Like, would you have not said Man City would have been a wounded animal after the Spurs game? Because they were properly taught a lesson. Spurs lost as well this weekend, man. So I don't know. Look, it's a derby. Anything happens in a derby. Form goes out the window when it comes to a derby. Look at last season when we got points against them. Form goes out the window. Roy Michael Taylor says, our best player for me this season has been De Ligt. What a fantastic signing. Fingers crossed he doesn't get injured. De Ligt's impressed me this season. I mean, look, with the goals we've conceded, again, I'll go back to it in the league. How many goals in the league have we conceded? 1, 2, 3. We've conceded 4 goals. One of them, I would say, is a defensive error. I think Delo got caught out. De Ligt got caught out. There was miscommunication between the two, and they crossed the ball in, and that was where the goal goes. But other than that, I don't think United's defence has been ridiculously bad. I think it's just been the fact that every team that plays us knows if you put it onto the goalkeeper, you're going to get a chance. So, look, we could sit here all day and say about Manchester United not being great at the back, but I think with a decent goalkeeper, and I might be wrong, and I will hold the L if in 6 weeks' time we're sat here going, defence is absolutely shocking. We've got the goalkeeper in, we're still leaking goals like the Titanic leaking, like the Titanic taking in water. Do you know what I mean? I'll take that L, of course I will. But Manchester United have to try and fix the leaks in the team, and at the moment, the goalkeeper is a big, big leak. So we can sit here all day and talk about defence. We've got to try and plug that gap. And I think going for a Martinez or a Lammens, as much as if I had to choose between the two, it would be Martinez. I think that definitely helps. The second goal against Fulham and Burnley's second were both mainly due to Bruno not tracking his runner, hoping Cunha injury isn't serious. Push Bruno to 1 of the 10s as he's lost defensively as a CM. And I think this is going to be a conversation they're going to have with Mainu, because if Cunha's out for a month or two, if it is a hamstring injury, I mean, he walked out the stadium yesterday, so I'm not overly worried. But again, we need to have an update on that. But if this is the case, then I think Manchester United absolutely need to utilise Mainu in that role. And I would love to see Mainu play in that role and have decent games for us, that when Cunha comes back, we're then looking and going, how are we fitting Bruno in this team? How are we getting Bruno back in there? So things happen for a reason. Mainu could have been gone 3 days ago, 4 days ago. You know, before the Grimsby game, there was rumours he was going. Things happen, don't they? And now we're looking at a possibility here where Manchester United say, right, Bruno goes in the 10. Mainu, you are going to be playing now. This is your opportunity to take that role. I see it happening. Well, it has to happen, doesn't it? Andy says, so United don't get the results and everyone goes in on them. Any other team, no one says a thing. And this is sadly the way it is. This is what it's like to be a Manchester United fan, though, Andy. This is what it's like. Rival fans will always come for United. You know, oh, you lost. Yeah, we lost, but United are shite. Concentrate on your own stuff. Do you know what I mean? Shivam says they won't say about other clubs because they don't have a fan base like United and won't make the money. We are United. Hate us or love us, you can't ignore us. Glory, glory, Man United. Look at Shivam and I today. Hey, we're getting on like a house on the fire. Evening all, you lovely lot. Any keeper, just don't care at this point. Just get an effing keeper. Short and straight to the point, Anthony. I like that. Xerxes can hold the ball up well and some nice touches, but he's not quite a 10. And he's definitely not an out-and-out 9. Doesn't fit in this system. If we were 3-4-3, then okay as a backup. And I've said this, Moxie. I agree. I don't know if Wahaha's in here. I don't know if... I don't know. Wahaha, if you're here, let me know. That's true, says Baba Plusy. I think now Sesko will play as a striker now and Mike can play Cam. Update. Let me go through the... I'll come to the comments in a second. Quick update about yesterday. So I was furious that Mount went off yesterday because I actually thought Mount was one of our better players. And I think it showed in the second half when we didn't have him playing. Apparently, Mason Mount played for half an hour with an injury. Obviously, to lose Cunha and Mount in the same game wasn't great. And you'd have to say, as much as I went to Amorim, those two players caused a massive imbalance to us in the second half. I thought we weren't as fluid. I thought the balls were going all over the place. We lost control in the midfield. Mason Mount, like it or not, Manchester United fans, that lad is going to be important for us this season. Because I can honestly sit here, this season, he's played 3 games in the league, and I don't think he's looked terrible in any of them. I think he's looked okay. I think he's looked decent, actually. So I've been saying that we've seen Mason Mount fit, but we haven't seen him match fit. The most important thing for me now is that this guy is fit because we need him. We absolutely need him. Absolutely need him. Moxie says we have nothing to overly be worried about going to City. They got to be as they can be got at as their defence is shaky. LB's fuming about them at the moment, depending on his injury, says Jamie. It's 6:30, so we've moved to 6:30 because of the games, and it means I have an evening as well. But yes, 6:30 every night, mate, and smash them likes. And by the way, Sophie, how dead was my game last night? Proper poop. In the words of Jamie Tart, it was poopy. It was proper poopy. Why the interview? Oh, God, what's this? Why the interview by the Villa manager and Martinez on Sky was massively embarrassing. What happened? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know what's been said in that interview. Let me see if I can bring it up on Twitter. Let's have a look. Let's see if it's come up on Twitter. 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 Oh, here we go.
Marco Bisotto.
Where is Emiliano Martinez, though?
Marco Bisotto.
Ah. Guys, can I share this? Will I get copyrighted if I show you this? He's literally just going Marco Bisotto. Marco Bisotto. Oh, can I share it? Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can. Yeah, let me have a look. Share screen. Why wouldn't it share that? I'm gonna have to bring it up on here. Hang on. Let me see if I can bring it up on here. 2 seconds. I'm going to try and bring this up for you guys because it's hilarious, is what it is. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hang on a second. Right, here we go. Will it let me do it? I'll tell you what, I'm not going to get myself copyrighted, but I'll share this because it's got the transcript. Hang on a second. Let me share the transcript. Share screen. X. Right, hang on. I'll zoom in for you because I just zoom. I've gone to a bloody MacBook and I don't know how you bloody zoom in. Anybody know how you zoom on a MacBook? How to zoom on a Mac. 2 seconds. Holding down Option and Command and equal or minus. Okay, right. Let's get this done. Yeah, I will just put it like this. Look, if you can see it, you can see it. There we go. So, reporter, Emi Martinez not in the squad tonight. Why is that? Emery, Bizot, Marco Bizot. What is he? James Bond? What is he? James Bond? What is this fool doing? Reporter, where is Emi Martinez tonight, though? Emery, Marco Bizot. Reporter, will he be your future goalkeeper? Emery, Marco Bizot. The time for your interview is over. Oh, dearie me. It looks like Emery is shooketh. Jesus Christ, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Let me have a look. Let me go back down to these comments. That's just, he's lost his mind. He has lost his mind. United need to get JJ Gabriel into the first team. He's only 14. Give him a chance, Chris. What we got here? Anthony says, yeah, you're. Oh, right. Okay, there we go. Bizot. Marco Bizot. Man's lost his mind, says Goat Father. That is, there's no way that that Man United aren't going for this keeper, is there? They can't, for what has happened, for what's happened there, it's got to be done. It's got to be done, hasn't it? It's got to be pretty much done. Emery must be fuming. He has lost a lot of players, to be fair on him, and he can't buy anyone. Sophie, that's the game, though. Look, like I know people come at United because we can do things that other clubs can't do, blah blah blah. But like I said on Football's 12th Man, Aston Villa absolutely gambled last season in bringing Rashford on the wages that he was on, in bringing Asensio in for the wages he was on. They gambled and they lost. And they lost big time. Management was shite with it. Emery reboot. Looks like he did not want to let go of Martinez. I'm sure now. Martinez to United is a here we go by tomorrow. Let's just have a look and see if there's any more news on Martinez. I can't see if there's any. Let's have a look. Apparently, are Villa going for Costa from? I think Villa are going for Costa at Porto. That's bonkers. That is. I didn't say it was anyone's fault but their own. I didn't. No, I didn't say you were either. Didn't say you were any either. So didn't say that at all. I was just saying The problem is they gambled. We know that. I hope they're faking Martinez for the other one. I can't stand that guy, but he's much better, so I won't complain. You cannot complain. Wahaha. I mean, Bizot. Marco Bizot. Keep picturing going to the bar. All right. You know what you're having tonight? Bizot. Marco Bizot. What is this clown doing? Villa going for Costa and Lammens, says Anthony. And in fairness to Newcastle and Villa, they've had years to sort out finances. It can't be used as an excuse, in my opinion. Love that. Get them both. Get rid of the Muppets with Vitek as third. That's us sorted for the next 10 years, says James. Look, there is plenty of reports that Manchester United could go and get both of these done. And I tell you what, let's do it. We haven't. How have I not done a bloody? I haven't done a poll for days, have I? Let me get a poll going. Let's get a poll. Right, let's start a poll. Who do you want? Who do you want? Martinez. I'll put Emmy actually because I feel like I can be on first name terms with him. Lammens, and I'll add another option, both. And then we'll go none as well, just in case there's people out there who don't want none. Right, votes in there. Have a vote, guys. So who do you want? Emmy, Lammens, both, or none? Let's see who you really, really want. Paqueta looks like he's staying at West Ham after that celebration. That was a proper celebration, that was, by the way. I should have put Bizot, shouldn't I? That was a proper celebration by Paqueta today, wasn't it? That was a proper. I'll be honest with you, if I was a West Ham fan, I'd be emotional with that. I'd be absolutely emotional. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. So I have got some more news for you as well. So the update on where is it? Midfielders, right? So midfielders. Here's my next question to you all, and make sure you're voting about the goalkeepers. I'd be interested to see what you think on that. Manchester United have 24 hours left in the transfer window. 24 hours left. Here's what I think is going to happen tomorrow. The goalkeeper we're obviously sorting. That we know that much is true. We know that much is true. I'm buzzing today. I think it's the coffee. Manchester United now have 24 hours to go and get a midfielder because with Cunha being out, we are definitely lacking in depth. We lose another midfielder and we are in serious trouble. This is why I don't think the main news will happen, by the way. So my question is, who do Manchester United go out and get? Now, there was reports before, and he's a shite source. I can't remember who it was that did it, but he tried to say that Stiller United had gone and they'd gone over to Stuttgart. We got everybody there, and the Stiller move was getting done. But then straight away, the big boys come out and said that's absolute nonsense. So I don't think Stiller happens. I'd be very surprised. Jasp, what are you thinking? Perfect. Did you hear that? So Manchester United now, in the next 24 hours, it has to be a midfielder. We absolutely need one because we don't need replacements for Bruno and for Mainu. We need replacements for Ugarte and Casemiro. These two lads, as much as Casemiro has flashes and you look and you go, oh, he's done all right in this game, we don't want all right. We need fantastic. So I wonder if we go out there and put a bid in. Anthony money will be coming because that is going to get done. Let me just quickly see, actually, whilst we're on, if there's any news on Anthony. Anthony Bettis. Let me have a quick look. That's not new. Transfer finalised. Some people are saying financial differences resolved. The Brazilian, apparently he's already in. Hey? This can't be right. So apparently he's already in Spain. I don't know how true that is. But apparently he is in Spain. I'm not sure. I think we need to look at it as this is going to happen very, very quickly. Manchester United, whether we like it or not, and whether we agree that this should have been done months ago, Manchester United should have had all of this work done months ago. I think we're going to start seeing this ramp up really, really fast. Anthony, has he been in there for a month? Fairs. What else have we got here? Would take either or both. Martinez, stick him in goal. We don't have anywhere near as the same worries as Lammens. Is a bit of a long shot, but would take a farmer's scarecrow over flappy arms. Love that saying. Yeah, I think we have to sort this out. I think we need to go for, you know what, you know my thoughts. We need to go for both. And Niche fan, big up, mate, big up. If Isaac ends up staying and does anything off of that shite, I will hate him even more, to be honest. And I love that. Right, what have I missed? Been making my tea. I'm bloody starving. I'll tell you what, you've missed, Moxie. If you haven't checked it yet, go and see the Emi Martinez interview about the Unai Emery interview about Emi Martinez. Box office, mate. Yeah. Box office, mate. Fantastic news today, honestly. Isaac staying now would be awkward. The lad's got skill, but obviously the fans are going to be hostile every time. Yeah, there's no way that he stays. There's no way that he stays. We can't see that. I don't think it happens. Niche fan. Okay, you can have one. I don't think either of them get over the line. Dan Amorim's gone. Barada and Wilcox looked furious during the game. I'm calling it. He won't manage another game. They didn't back him. I disagree. I think Manchester United are absolutely going out there and getting a goalkeeper. And dare I say, I'm not going to be fickle here because you know that I always give you my honest opinions. But I think get a decent goalkeeper in and let's see what the next excuse will be. Let's see if it really is just the goalkeeper that's holding us back. Because against Fulham, we drew that game because the goalkeeper had a mare. That was 3 points. We'd have been on 7 points with that. Arsenal, we were all over them. Goalkeeping error, could have been a point there. Grimsby, terrible goalkeeping, could have been in the cup there. So it's interesting. It's bloody interesting. I'm telling you, is this the transfer that sorts Amorim out? Is this the transfer that in 6 months' time we look back and we're in European spots and we go, imagine if we'd have kept those bloody goalkeepers? It begs to believe, doesn't it? Who do you recommend getting in midfield? Baleba not exactly showing 100 million quality this season. Chris, you make a fantastic point there. Baleba's he's not looked 100 million, has he? He's looked good, but not 100 million. And Niche fan says he's down in tools. He's 100 million player on 20k. Absolute joke. Is it in down in tools? I'd like to hope it isn't. I have no idea why you didn't go for Douglas Luiz or Paulinho, to be honest. Yeah, you make a good point there, Sophie. I mean, look, there were both deals that Man United could have got done, but I think Manchester United gambled. We've absolutely gambled at the start of this season, haven't we? Because I think they've looked at that squad and gone, right, we've got the 3 in. They'll go up there, they'll fire us goals in, and we'll be sound. We'll get through this season, and then we'll replace the goalkeeper, we'll replace the midfield, and we'll sort out the wing-back situation. What's happened is the goalkeeper situation has been far worse than anybody anticipated. None of us expected 4 errors in 4 games. Can anyone watching this, if you're watching it on Watchback or anything, can you honestly sit here and say you expected that many errors in the first 4 games of the season? I didn't. I knew they were shite, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. So I think with that in mind, and with us not scoring goals, we've had plenty of chances, but not put them away. I think this has forced Manchester United's hand more than they'd like to be honest. We know they went in for Baleba and put a shite bid in there. The bid was ridiculous. We know that they did that in thinking, well, we'll see it. We'll try. I think. Right. Let me get this right. I think United tried to appease the fans by saying we're in for Baleba. We'll put a small bid in. They'll reject it, and we'll say, look, they wanted too much money. We had to walk away. Hopefully, then we will push on and we will be okay in the league because we got Cunha, because we got Brian, we got Sesko. The boys are back in town. But then what happened was the goalkeepers went, what? You think that we're going to have a decent season with us 2 in goal? Wrong. And it's gone to shite because we don't have goalkeepers that are anywhere near the talent to do the job for us. So in doing that, United have probably gone, look, well, Grimsby was bad. Let's just see what we'll give them one more chance against Burnley. Surely against Burnley, we can do something. Bayindir steps up and makes an absolute clown of himself, and they go, okay, right, get on the phone to Emmy. Emmy, it's the Wilcox Meister General. How you doing? Yeah. You're playing Crystal Palace tonight? Yeah. No, you're not, mate. We're coming in for you. Yeah? No, it's me. Yeah, we're coming in for you, bud. So, yeah, what's the name? What's the name of that keeper? What's the name of the Marco Bizot? Yeah. Tell Martinez. Tell Emery, you're Martinez. to play him instead, mate. We're coming for you. That's what's happened. That's what's happened today. I'm telling you. Do you know what? Neil's been very consistent with this. Hackney is a midfielder that we can go out there for minimum money and get in. But I just question whether this lad comes in and has the same effect as Adam Wharton did. Do you remember Adam Wharton was he from Blackburn, Adam Wharton? I think he was. And he come in and he looked at home in the Prem straight away. Hackney, would he do the same? I mean, he's looked decent, but it's a gamble, is what I'm saying. Same to Newcastle as well, to be fair. Why didn't we go for either is beyond me. Wahaha says Baleba wants to go. I'll tell you what, I'll do it because you know I love you all. Let's put Baleba in and let's see what's being said. Oh. Nah, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing, guys. I wish there was. I wish I could turn around and go, oh my God, hang on a minute, but there's nothing about Baleba. We need to give up on that one. Brian have made no, definitely not. There's nothing. So let's put that one to bed. Baleba, done. It's done. It is a disgrace. It's done. Baleba is waiting for the move and pay rise. It's Onana and Bayindir, so kind of, yeah. But Brighton nullified that. Will beat a City midfielder of Reindeer and Rodri. Look at the end of last season. Agree, Sophie. I was asking for Luiz all summer. Also wanted Paulina last season. You all mean Paulina, right? The guy at Spurs. Yeah, him. Wahaha, auto-corrected. Liverpool won the Prem and strengthened with 6 players. We signed 3. Yes, niche fan. I agree with that. I agree. And as I said before, I think Manchester United have been in a bit of a gamble here. I think they expected the 3 players they brought in to push us up the table by scoring the goals. And at the moment, only one of them scored. One of them's injured. One of them can't get into the first 11 at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after the international break with the way that we line up. Because I think personally, Baleba done, medical tomorrow. No, it's bloody not. Wahaha, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Here's what's going to happen, I think, after the international break, pending on what happens with Cunha and how bad the injury is. I think we will see the team line up after the international break with either Martinez or Lammens in goal. I think he has to make that decision, regardless of them being new. Chuck them straight in. I would take the drummer from Def Leppard in goal at the moment over Bayindir and Onana, and he's only got one arm. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's where we've got to. Then I would play. I'd keep the same back 3, guys. I'm not going to lie. I would keep Yoro, I would keep De Ligt, and I would keep Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's been underrated so far for me this season. I think he's been okay. I mean, the results haven't been the best, but I think he's looked okay. Then the wing backs, I'd like to think Dorgu can pull himself together and start putting some more work in and getting back to the level we hope he was showing in pre-season. And then on the right, it's a toss-up between Dalot and Diallo. Diallo won us the penalty yesterday, but I thought ultimately during the game he was poor. Dalot stresses me out because he could be so good, but again, poor. And then you've got your midfield 2, which I think would be Casemiro, and I think it will be Mainu. And then I think you will see Brian and Bruno, and I think you go Sesko up top. What do we think? Let's have a look at the vote, by the way. I forgot to have a look at that. The vote is 55% of you have said both. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to end the poll with that one. 55% want both. I would love both too as well. And guys, let me check where the likes are. Let me check where we are with the likes. We're on 17 likes. Let's try and get a few more likes. Let's get up to 20. And make sure you're subscribing as well. We are growing. We are definitely growing. It's because of the great work that the mods do. It's the great work that people like Kev do to help me out. And it's the great work that you guys do, ultimately the community. You're all fantastic. So make sure you make sure you keep spreading the word. That kind of done. It's 4 weeks for Cunha. Yeah, I've seen differing reports, niche fan. 4 weeks, then some say 8. We'll have to wait and see. Sophie says, I think United should have gone for 5 out of 6 40 million signings and strengthened the squad, to be honest, over spending huge amounts on 3, in my personal opinion. There's arguments for it, Sophie. I wouldn't be... I couldn't sit here and say you're wrong. I can't sit here and say United have gone for the right signing, because at the moment we're 8th. When was the last time United were 8th, man? It's ridiculous. That's how bad it's been. But at the same time, you'd like to think if we get the goalkeeper situation sorted, Does this Manchester United side change completely? It's a question we have to ask, and we'll have a proper chat about that tomorrow. We'll have a proper chat tomorrow night after the transfer deadline, because I think there is potential to see a different Manchester United side. A Manchester United side that doesn't have a group of players that are absolutely terrified of what happens if the ball goes near their goalkeeper. Confidence from the back. Your Onana wrists comparison with the crisp is spot on. Thank you, mate. We need to start Sesko against City, and Luke Shaw has been really good so far. I hope he can stay fit this season. Wahaha, as always, with the like and subscribe if you're enjoying the show. Helps Dan and the channel out a lot. It absolutely does. Make sure you're doing so. And if it is 8 weeks, then we are cooked. And another plus with both is that Turkish and Saudi deadline days are later, so we could get Onana and Bayindir out. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if that happens. It wouldn't surprise me. I think if we get the business done tomorrow and then turn around to Onana and Bayindir and say, "Oh, you two thought you were playing for us? Yeah, get out. Yeah, out. Palace penalty. Keeper brings down the striker. No, Wahaha, no, Wahaha, you're wrong. You are wrong. Marco Bizot." Oh, dearie me. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. This manager has sat there. He's going to get cooked all night after this. You know what's going to happen. Who brought down Mateta for the penalty? Marco Bizot. Internet, do your thing. Yeah? Do your thing with that. Is Mateta taking it? I haven't got him in mind. And Mateta scores. There we go. It's 1-0 to Palace. This is why I voted for Emi, as he will bring leadership at the back and is a solid goalkeeper. I agree with that, by the way. That's a great comment. And Onana doesn't seem to care either way. Onana doesn't care. Of course he doesn't care. Onana's just, look, Onana's picking a decent wage up, and he couldn't give a flying hoot. Let me just have a look if it started already with the... where is everyone? Bizot. Marco Bizot. Oh, Saliba's out as well for Arsenal. Just having a quick look and see if there's any other news. Right, okay. So there has been news apparently about a midfielder. As things stand, Manchester United are not expected to sign a midfielder tomorrow. That's Talk Shite saying that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm gonna level with you. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I still think Manchester United could go out there and get something done. I still think United could go out there and get something done there. I think there's plenty of room. And also, this is a message to buy. In fact, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up and show you. Let me bring it up and show you. Let me share this for you, folks. Let me share this. You know how karma seems to always do their thing for us? You know, karma always seems to be there, like Batman looking in the shadows, waiting to right the wrongs. Well, it happened, because look what happened. Do you remember that? Do you remember Bayer Leverkusen just hoping we don't get Grimsby? You can picture them all in their little fucking media room. I've got a good one. Just hoping we don't get Grimsby. Because that's taking the mick out of United, because, you know, they sacked Ten Hag, and Ten Hag's our manager. Yeah. When we talk about it, let me just bring this up for you all. Let me just bring this up. Let's get the table. The table. Let's have a look. Let's share this tab instead, and let's zoom in. Don't worry, I would say that it's there, but I'm gonna have to Leverkusen. I'm gonna have to scroll down. 2 games, 1 point. Yeah, Leverkusen. Don't even try to think that you're big bro in us. Yeah. You had a great couple of seasons with Xabi Alonso. Guess what happened? He's gone to Real Madrid, yeah? You've been left with Erik Ten Hag. So don't ever think that you can come out with silly little shit things like this Just hoping we don't get Grimsby tomorrow. yeah, mate. Karma, as Jojo said, karma's a bitch. You should have known better. Honestly, I love the football gods. Sometimes have a way of shining down on us. They really do. Emmy is more mistake prone than Onana, according to Statman Dave. I know, Rick Monk, but I just think I'm still. Last season was awful. Yeah, he had an awful season last season, but I don't think Villa as a team were decent last season. I think they were a bit all over the place. Red Devil United says we 100% need a keeper. Martinez or Lammens might depend on what they plan to do with VTech next season. People forget about VTech. If anyone saw in fact, let me see if I can share it. Let me see if I can share this. Let me see if I've got it here. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, let me just go back. Can I? Let me turn the volume
Manchester
down.
United could do with him at the moment. It's tossed into the area. What a save that is from.
Look at that. Can you see that? Did you see it? Let me just do it one more time. Look at this. Ball comes in. Boom! Boom! That's a decent goalkeeper, lads. That's a decent goalkeeper. Joe Willick available? Absolutely not, Sophie. I appreciate what you're trying there, but no. Told people to let Bayer Leverkusen have it, and they'll soon enjoy the full Erik ten Hag experience. Look, we know that they've been pulled apart, but absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance do they think for 1 second that they can come out and try and big bro any team in the Premier League, let alone us. Like, know your role, shut your mouth if you smell what United are cooking. Jasp, what we saying? What we saying, bruh? Yeah, he's off. Just hope you don't lose a two-goal lead against 10 men, but exactly that, Erik. Villa still look a bit all over the place this season, to be honest, and they do. And I said in my preview, do you remember my season predictions? I said that Villa, for me, I think they look completely different to how they should be looking. I thought that the business that they've done has been atrocious. And look, they're about to lose their goalkeeper, but it doesn't matter because they've got, hang on, Marco Bizot. Honestly, Emmy. That's 99% a goal with Onana and Bayindir. Exactly. That's 99% a goal with both of them in there. And yeah, it's always worth a try, Soph. We know this. And yes, people, make sure you are smashing a like. We're eating good tonight. We've got good news coming through. I absolutely love this time of the season. That's why they signed Vitek to a new contract for his loan. Hopefully our free keepers next season are Martinez, Lammens and Vitek. Look, here's something I will say. I'll say this. Let me talk to you. Yeah. You know, if you watch wrestling, you'll know what that is. Martin, if it's me, if Vitek's looking as decent as he is, then why not just go out there and get Martinez? Lammens, off he goes to Villa, and then Vitek comes in as number 2 next season. It could happen. Anything could happen. Mark Gahey, proper professional class act. He absolutely is. Do we think he'll go to Liverpool? I think it's too late for that. You're too late for Højlund, Soph. Leverkusen are taking the piss. They replaced Wirtz, Frimpong, and Tab with a whole bunch of kids, and they had the money to do it. They had the money to go out and get replacements. I honestly feel like Bayer Leverkusen, and this isn't, look, they just wound me up. They wound me up. They absolutely wound me up. But this, for me, is a classic case of teams go through cycles. They had their cycle. And what I think they expected was, it won't be that bad because we've still got the majority of the club. Another player that they lost, and I genuinely feel like players like this, you have to keep around the club. They may be aging, but their authority around the squad helps massively, was Xhaka. Leaving Granit Xhaka, you know, like him or loathe him, he's an absolute beast in a dressing room. So I wonder if there was that mentality difference with him and Ten Hag, but who knows? I've just eaten good, homemade, slow-cooked bull barbecue beef brisket salad bowl. Delightful. Moxie, where do you live? I'm on my way, son. I'm on my way. Nishvan says, without a midfielder and a right wing backs, Amorim is screwed anyway. Ineos have failed Amorim. Nah, come on now, Nishvan. Nishvan, you're the one. You were trying to keep me positive yesterday. Come on. After the Canati injury today, Palace will be rubbing their hands together. Extra 10 million. Did you say that's a good point? That is a good point. And yeah. Oh, and yeah, of course, the Arsenal boy as well. Unbelievable, Jeff. Let's just have a quick. Just looking at that bloody save from Vitek again. That Vitek save is a thing of beauty. Right, let's just have a quick look and see if there's anything else, guys. I have a feeling I'll be back on tonight. I have a feeling I'm going to be back on tonight because I just think this transfer window is now going to explode. Let's have a look. We're selling a kid. I don't think there's anything else. No, there's nothing else. I can't see anything else. Right then, guys, what I will say... Oh, hang on. No, okay, that's fine. What I will say is with the next 24 hours, so it apparently was strong. Apparently it broken. It was all stopped, but now apparently Betis have turned around and said, actually, we can't find anybody else. Here's where, again, karma would come back to bite them on the arse. If they've tried to play us and go, oh, we can't afford anybody else, can you please give us some more money off? We sell him, and he ends up being the Anthony that played for United and absolutely bombs them. It would be hilarious. But at the moment, no, I don't think so. We'll take you 3.5 hours to West Cumbria, Dan, but you're more than welcome. Danielle, get the car started. See you there. I can't believe Mateta got a yellow card for his celebration. Yeah, I know, but it all changed when I saw his body language. He had his feet up, not looking at the game. Berardo Wilcox incandescent. I love that word. I realised at that point he won't ever manage another game. Niche fan, he's not going anywhere, son. He ain't going anywhere. There's us signing a goalkeeper. There is no chance that Amorim is going anywhere because Amorim will have a part to play in what goalkeeper that we want. He absolutely will. So I don't think he's going anywhere. And Wahaha, were you planning the full? Do you know something? I was all set for it, and then my boss decided, nah, definitely not. I've got ridiculous meetings tomorrow, but I will. I'll tell you what I might do. I might live stream for half an hour on my lunch break, and then I'm going to race home and get. What time does the transfer window finish? Let's have a look. What time does the transfer window close? Premier League. 7 p.m. So what I might do is get back home and go straight on the live stream for the last hour and a half. Either way, we'll know what's going to happen. We'll know what's going to happen. What else do we say? Berardo inside agent for me. Potentially. 7 p.m. There we go, 7 p.m. Right then, guys. Now, what I will say is keep your eye on YouTube because if anything breaks tonight, I will be running straight back up the stairs. I'm going to run to you. And I'll be going live with it. I think there's going to be an interesting 24 hours now. Manchester United apparently not going in for a midfielder. I say bullshit. I think if something arises and Manchester United can get it done, don't be alarmed if we don't just go out there and try it. Let me know what you're feeling in the thoughts below. Don't worry. Don't rule it out yet, Rickamang. Don't rule it out yet. Anything can happen. If you're watching this back, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you know when we go live. Other than that, I will either... Thank you, Sophie. You're not so bad yourself, girl, I tell you. Mrs. Robinson, I don't mean it like that. I could be back tonight. I could be back tomorrow. But I'll tell you something. One thing's for certain. Manchester United, the transfer window, it is about to go crazy. Dan United. Uta.